Jamon always said he had bad luck with women. But tonight, he was about to find out it wasn't luck at all. Now, Jamon, he was a tall man. He stood about 6'5", shoulders like a boulder. He had a body that made people stop mid-sentence. He was a basketball star in high school, the kind of player who made the gym feel smaller when he walked in. He had this gravitating aura, always lit up a room when he walked in. Now, even with all the influences around him, with the street life and drugs, he always kept his hands clean. He never ventured off that direction. But he did have a vice. And his vice were women. The attention that came with having women, that was his drug. Now, Jamon, he moved like he knew the world owed him a smile. He was smooth, suave, player-like. His father was a player. His father's father was a player. So, the only thing Jamon could have become was a player. And he definitely filled those shoes. He had this great smile, great laugh, that you almost forgot you was mad at him. Very charming. And he used that charm to his advantage. That charm got him out of trouble, but that same charm also got him into trouble. You had folks on the block, that was hating on him. They used to call him Lucky. And his mama called him soft. But Jamon, he called it freedom. He wasn't from the streets, but he was around the streets. The streets was well aware of him. He was very respected, because he always led with respect. They respected how he never had beef, no drama, just charm. Every time somebody see him, he always laughing and smiling. But charm is a currency, and he spent it like it was endless. He liked that chase more than a catch. It was a game to him. He liked women wanting him and him not wanting them back. He looked at it like it was fun. But sometimes playing games will get you some results that you may not like. So when that karma started catching up to Jamon, he called it bad luck. The block called it entertainment. But the truth sat in the middle, quiet as a note left on the door. So when that karma started catching up to him, it caught up to him quickly. He had one woman fell asleep outside his house. She caught herself staking out, but she fell asleep waiting for women to arrive at his house. Nobody arrived that night. So when Jamon left out his house, he seen her in the driveway, sleep. I had to wake up. He knocked on the window. "What are you doing outside my house?" he said. "Oh, nothing. I was just trying to see who was coming to your house." So Jamon, smooth player like, Yeah, okay. How about you go home now? And she did. But the drama, it didn't stop there. Jamone was at work one day, and he kept on getting called to the office. Somebody was calling, and he would answer, but then nobody would reply on the phone. So it left Jamone a little bamboozled, a little flustered, like what is going on? So Jamone proceeded with his workday, and one of his guys that worked with him came up and said, "Hey, Jamone, man, some girl was looking for you." Jamone knew instantly who that girl was. Jamone had a one-night stand the night before with a white woman. Now, Jamone, he don't normally, go over to the white woman, but he did that night. And boy, did he regret it. So as Jamone proceed through the workday, he's on a high alert now, not knowing what's happening, what's going on next. The woman shows up. "Hey, Jamone, I was looking for you. I've been calling, I've been texting with no reply." Jamone lost his mind. "Woman, don't pull up to my job. What are you thinking? I work here. You gonna mess up my bag. Go home," Jamone said. So the woman turned around and left. Was to never be seen again. But Jamone, he didn't learn his lesson. The next week rolled around, and Jamone, he's at the basketball court hooping with his buddies, getting a good sweat in, running up and down the court. Then he gets back in the car, but before he grabbed the doorknob, he realized it was a big key scratch on his car. So as he followed the line all the way to the back, it's a note. Jamone, he opens the note, and it says, "This is for playing with my heart. I love you too. Kissy face." Jamone, he knew instantly who that woman was that keyed his car. Jamone, livid, agitated, gets in his car and drives on. You would think that would be enough for Jamone to get his act together, but he still didn't listen. Each time, Jamone, he called it chaos. Each time, the woman called it love. Each time, the block took notes and made jokes, laughed at his pain. But the nights told a different story. The night said he liked being loved when it didn't ask him to change. He liked the attention when it didn't require him to stay. Now that's not bad luck. That's just a habit. You can be a good man and still be selfish. You can be tall and strong and still be afraid of the small work that asks for. Jamone, he wasn't a villain. He was just a man who had options. And He explored those options. He took what felt good and he left the rest of the messiness for the other people to clean with no regards. There's always that one moment that'll make you realize, make you stop in your tracks. For Jamone, it came like a paper cut. Small, sharp, but impossible to ignore. He came home one day and he found a note taped to the door. Not no email, not no text, not even a voicemail. A note taped to his door. So Jamone took the note off the door and proceeded to read. The note said, "You keep calling it bad luck. Maybe it's just you. I love you too. Kissy face." Jamone's heart stopped. His mind stopped. Everything paused. Almost like he ran into a visible wall. He read it 3 times. The street light flickering. He felt something in his chest that it wasn't pride or even anger. It was an honest realization of his life. It was the part of him that he knew he'd been taking more than he can give. And he had a feeling of it finally catching up to him. That night, he didn't go out. He didn't call nobody. He didn't text nobody. He didn't even turn the TV on. He sat right there on the steps in his house and thought. All he had was his thoughts. Jamone was just thinking, man, this can't be my life. He said quietly. It was that moment where you reap what you sowed. It had finally caught up to him. Just when he thought the night had given him enough, there was a knock at the door. Not the kind that asks for permission, but the kind that says, "I'm here whether you open the door or not." So he opened it and saw a silhouette at the end of the driveway. Tall, steady, not the shape of the stories he'd been telling himself. He didn't know her name. He didn't know what she wanted. He only knew the way the street light hit her, like she was a question he couldn't ignore. And that's where we leave him tonight. Not because the story's over, but because the next part needs time to breathe. Jamone, he didn't change overnight. He changed enough to stop calling it bad luck. Come back next time and meet that woman who made the whole block hold his breath.